I don't think people understand the true forces that shape our world. Behind the veil of conventional power structures lies a hidden hand, manipulating global events for centuries. This hand belongs to the papal bloodlines, ancient families whose influence extends far beyond the walls of the Vatican. Their lineage stretches back through the annals of time, intertwined with the rise of the Roman Empire and the establishment of the Catholic Church. Their power is not wielded through brute force, but through a subtle and pervasive network of influence encompassing religion, finance, and global institutions. These families, the Orsini, Breakspear, Aldobrandini, Farnese, Somalia, and others, operate in the shadows, their names whispered in hushed tones. They are the puppet masters, controlling figures often perceived as the architects of global power, individuals like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. Their objective is not merely wealth or political dominance, but the control of information, belief systems, and ultimately, the human spirit. This essay seeks to shed light on these hidden power structures, exploring the intricate web of influence woven by the papal bloodlines and their agents. By understanding this hidden history, we can begin to unravel the true forces shaping our world and reclaim our autonomy from the shadows of manipulation. The quest to understand this hidden power structure is not for the faint of heart. It challenges long-held beliefs and exposes the uncomfortable truth about those who truly hold the reins of global influence. But it is a journey worth embarking on, for only by confronting these uncomfortable truths can we hope to break free from the chains of manipulation and forge a future free from the insidious control of the papal bloodlines. The path to enlightenment is paved with the unveiling of such secrets, and the time for such unveiling is now. The weight of their legacy is immense, their influence spanning generations and continents. Their tentacles reach into every facet of human endeavor, from the highest echelons of finance to the subtle shaping of public opinion. To understand their power is to understand the very fabric of our world, to see the strings that control the puppets on the global stage. I bet you didn't know the papal bloodlines are not merely wealthy families who have benefited from their association with the Catholic Church. They are the descendants of emperors, senators, and popes, their lineage interwoven with the very fabric of Western civilization. Their power is rooted in an ancient belief system, one that predates Christianity and stretches back to the mystery cults of ancient Rome. These families see themselves as the rightful heirs to a legacy of power and control, ordained by blood and lineage to rule over the masses. Their rise to prominence coincided with the growing influence of the Catholic Church in the aftermath of the Roman Empire's collapse. As the Church filled the power vacuum left by the Empire's demise, these families strategically positioned themselves at the heart of this new power structure. Through carefully arranged marriages, political maneuvering, and often ruthless tactics, they secured their position within the church hierarchy, eventually gaining control over the papacy itself. The papacy, far from being a solely religious institution, became a tool for these families to wield power on a global scale. Popes became their puppets, their pronouncements and decrees serving the interests of the bloodlines. The immense wealth of the church, accumulated through tithes, land ownership, and political maneuvering, flowed into the coffers of these families, further cementing their grip on power. Over the centuries, this wealth has been carefully managed and invested, growing exponentially and funding a vast network of influence that extends far beyond the church. Banks, corporations, media outlets, and even governments have fallen under their sway, their decisions influenced, if not outright controlled, by the hidden hand of the papal bloodlines. The reach of these families is truly global, their influence felt in every corner of the world.
Exposing the hidden power in the papal bloodlines. Among the papal bloodlines, the Orsini family stands as a paragon of enduring power and subtle manipulation. Our history is a testament to our ability to navigate the treacherous waters of power, always remaining one step ahead of our rivals while maintaining a veneer of discretion that has allowed us to operate in the shadows for centuries. Our origins are shrouded in the mists of time, with some tracing our lineage back to ancient Roman emperors and senators. What is undeniable is our deep and lasting impact on the Catholic Church and, by extension, on the course of Western civilization. The Orsini rose to prominence during the tumultuous period following the collapse of the Roman Empire. Our strategic alliances with powerful Roman families, combined with our shrewd political maneuvering, allowed us to secure key positions within the church hierarchy. Over the centuries, we produced numerous cardinals, and our influence over the selection of popes was undeniable. Our power was not limited to the spiritual realm, however. We were also major players in the world of finance and commerce, amassing a vast fortune that rivaled that of many European monarchs. We were shrewd investors, our fingers in every profitable pie, from banking and trade to real estate and mining. This wealth gave us immense leverage, allowing us to exert our influence far beyond the confines of the Vatican. We understood that true power lay not in overt displays of force, but in the ability to control the levers of influence. Through carefully cultivated networks of patronage, we placed our allies in positions of power within governments, financial institutions, and even within rival royal courts. These individuals, bound to us by ties of loyalty, obligation, or perhaps even fear, became our instruments of power, carrying out our will and advancing our agenda.
Exposing the hidden power in papal bloodlines. Other papal bloodlines, each with its own unique history and web of influence, rose to prominence alongside them, forming a formidable network of power that came to dominate the Catholic Church and exert its influence on the world's stage.
The Breakspear family, for instance, boasted one of the few English popes, Adrian IV, whose reign in the 12th century marked a high point of papal authority. Our influence extended throughout Europe, our connections to royalty and the nobility solidifying our position as major players in the game of power.
The Aldobrandini family, known for our ruthlessness and ambition, ascended to prominence during the Italian Renaissance. Our most infamous member, Pope Clement VIII, was a master of political intrigue and used his position to ruthlessly eliminate his enemies and consolidate the family's power.
The Farnese family, patrons of the arts and masters of diplomacy, exerted our influence through a combination of cultural dominance and strategic alliances. Our lavish patronage of artists like Michelangelo and our skillful navigation of the complex web of European politics cemented our position as one of the most influential families in Europe.
The Somalia family, though less flamboyant than our counterparts, wielded immense power through our control of key Vatican finances and our influence over the appointment of bishops and cardinals. Our understated approach to power, preferring to work behind the scenes rather than in the spotlight, made us no less formidable, our decisions shaping the direction of the Church and influencing the lives of millions.
These families, along with the Orsini, formed the core of the papal bloodlines, their destinies intertwined with the fate of the Catholic Church. They understood that their power was inextricably linked to the authority of the Church, and they guarded that authority jealously. They were the architects of the Church's expansion, its wealth accumulation, and its rise to global dominance. Their ambitions, however, extended far beyond the walls of the Vatican. They envisioned a world order where they, the descendants of ancient Roman aristocracy, would rule supreme, their power unquestioned, their influence absolute.